Hey, what's happening everybody? So I have been doing the van thing for 2 years now, and I wanted to make a video and kind of reminisce and recap on what it's been like for me and kind of what my story has been, the overall of this 2-year period and a little bit before that, and kind of talk about what van life is going to mean for me next, like what my next year is going to look like, what I'm going to do with my my time on this planet, in this body, you know what I mean? So also, I'll try to give out like some advice or whatever for people who are thinking about doing this. I think it might help them, but it's mainly just my story. So just to kind of recap, this whole thing started 27th birthday. I had this, like, I don't know what else to call it besides spiritual awakening. I was meditating for 2 days and suddenly realized that all these things I believed about myself and about the world and about other people were just beliefs, and they were all changeable. They weren't necessarily concrete physical things. I could change them. And also the other side of that is that my beliefs created how I felt about things, about how I felt about myself and how I felt about other people and how I felt about the world in general. So then I started meditating all the time and kind of thinking about how I think about myself and other people and other things, and kind of recreating myself a little bit, and really getting into it and getting into past stuff that I'd been hiding from myself and trying to heal those things and, turn them into some way that I could grow and become a better version of me, and so I was riding motorcycles all the time, and that was my main time. It was like my man cave, being out on the motorcycle. It was my time to let go of everything and look at everything from a different perspective, think about everything from a different perspective, or just let go of everything entirely and just be completely free in the moment. So that's when I was happiest. That's when I felt like I was like in the flow with life, and where I was supposed to be was on that motorcycle cruising around the Oregon countryside or wherever. So I decided I needed to take a bigger trip. I needed to, go on weekend trips, and I went camping on a couple weekend trips, and it was awesome. And then I went to, I tried to go to New Orleans from Portland, Oregon. That's a long ways to go on a crotch rocket, and it didn't work out. It was really hard to find camping spots, and leaving all my stuff on the motorcycle, and then leaving the motorcycle left me really susceptible to someone stealing all my stuff, let alone the bike. Just get a couple guys, could throw it in the back of a pickup or a van, no problem. So that really didn't work. But while I was on the road, I met a few people living in a van, and I was like, wow, that could work, man. That's the solution. That's the answer. You know what I mean? So I came back and I bought a van, and then I sold my motorcycle and used the money from that to build it out into a living thing. And it took me a little while. At that time, I was really down in the deep, the darkness, man. There was parts of myself that I had been running from and hiding from myself and did not want to face and did not want to deal with, did not want to think about, did not want to look at. And I was facing those things. I was coming face to face with it and healing those things. And during that time, I was pretty depressed and really anxious. Like, that was the main thing. Just my anxiety was through the roof. It was so easy to give me like a panic attack. And so I was just constantly like trying to work through these panic attacks, as I was working through myself and figuring myself out and figuring those things out. So I decided, it was the time, and I tried to leave, and I went down to Death Valley, which was the place where I almost died on my motorcycle when I went there, and I thought that would be like the perfect like kickstart to the whole thing, go to the place I fear the most. And I just had constant panic attacks. So I came back for a couple months and reorganized my mind and came up with a fresh approach to the whole thing, how I was going to approach this thing mentally. And I went back out and I just kept doing it, and it was really hard. I did not have a source of income, and I was using credit cards a lot just for basic, like, I was rationing canned food and rice and stuff. Like, I was living on the cheap, man, about as cheap as you could get. It was pretty gnarly. And I think it's true that you don't need money to be happy, but the things you can do with money just make life so much easier and so much more fun, and you can do so many amazing things with money. I'll talk about that later in the video, hopefully I remember to, but I'm at the point now, 2 years later, where I'm just tired of being broke. And at this point in my life, I think my biggest piece of advice for anybody who wants to get out on the road and live on the road in a van or a car, RV, motorcycle, whatever you want, however you want to do it, is to figure out a source of active income. Anywhere you go, you can make money. For me, it's going to be real estate photography, and it looks like selling vape juice too is going to be another one. For you, it could be anything. People do all kinds of things. I don't have any ideas, but use your brain. I'm sure there's something you're good at and you like to do that can help other people, that you can go out and make money that way. But have a source of active income where you can go out and make money anytime. And for the love of God, figure out a way to create passive income for you, even if it's not truly passive, like a YouTube channel or something where I put in the work. This last month, I only made like 3 videos. I'm still pulling some money in from my old videos. That's really nice, but if I just stop making videos altogether, it won't be long before I'm not making any money at all, really. I mean, unless you've got the right type of videos, like, you know, compilation videos of dogs or something like that, where it's timeless. People are always gonna go to that and watch that. You know, the vloggy videos are, people watch it when it comes out and then nobody really ever watches it again. It's not, my channel is not a very good money-making channel. But anyway, so yeah, that whole time of being in the van, let me go back to that real quick. It was amazing. I loved it, and I will never regret living in a van or spending all that money in credit cards, experiencing the things I experienced. But I feel like the next year, you know, has to be me figuring out how to make money, and it doesn't necessarily, the YouTube channel is part of that. I'm gonna make some with that, but I've got other, it's like a threefold system. One, I've got to learn how to spend money. That's my other next step. Learn how to spend and save money the most efficiently. Just your money on frivolous things. If you live in a van, it's kind of hard to do, but you can still do it, trust me. You can waste your money on all kinds of crap living in a van, just not as much. So figuring out how to save money and spend it efficiently, figuring out how to make money instantly, and figuring out how to invest and create passive income so you don't have to work all the time, so you can enjoy your life and do the things you want to do and spend time with loved ones and experience things you want to experience, and spend time with yourself, healing yourself and recreating yourself and learning who you are and what you like and what you do, you know, and learning how to love yourself. This is just like, this van thing has really like enabled me to do these things, because what was the other option for me? Go and get a job like most other people do, and, you know, get some apartment and get by and be comfortable. But I don't want to be comfortable. I like being uncomfortable. I like pushing my limits and figuring out how far I can bend before I break, you know. And I've broken before. Like, I've felt like I've completely lost my mind, so I'm not really afraid of that anymore. I know I can bounce back. I'm not afraid of that anymore. So yeah, man, this last 2 years, I guess that's the summary of where I came from, what I did, and where I'm going. I guess I could talk a little bit more about my experience just living in the van. So some of the hardest things are like figuring out how to do the food situation. You know, until I had a fridge, it was tough, man, because having a cooler sucks. It sucks. The ice goes bad in like a day or two, and it's just terrible. Even if you keep it in a plastic bag, eventually one of them's gonna pop open and ruin all your food or something. And then I got a little portable cooler that's like a 12-volt one, but it sucked more electricity than my 12-volt Dometic refrigerator does. So I spent the $600 on that, and I've saved thousands and thousands of dollars by having that thing and not eating out all the time. And when I do eat out and get leftovers, I can put them in the fridge and save them. Highly recommend getting a fridge. The next hardest thing was like wasting water, brushing my teeth. In the beginning, I would have just a, oh, I don't have one in here anymore. Just a regular gallon water thing I would just use to drink water out of and brush my teeth. But when you pour that thing, water goes everywhere. So I tried keeping it in a little, you know, a little water bottle like this, and still you just waste so much water. And I tried one of those big blue aqua containers with a little spigot on it. I wasted so much water. And the other thing with brushing your teeth, you can't brush your teeth in a Walmart parking lot and spit out all the toothpaste on the ground. One, it's disrespectful. Two, it's gonna make them not want to have people staying in the parking lots anymore, so it's gonna ruin it for everybody. 3, it's just trashy, man. Just spitting on the ground. That's disgusting. Nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see that, so I'm not gonna do it, you know? So those are having a fridge and running water are like huge, like amazing things. And the other thing I discovered is with airflow, which is so important, 1, just to keep you cool, 2, to prevent mold, and 3, to, you know, keep oxygen in the van so you don't asphyxiate or whatever. It's having 2 roof vents is like the nicest thing in the world. I started off with the roof vent, one roof vent all the way in the back, and then I had the window louvers, so I'd leave the front windows cracked. And yeah, that lets some air through. That's definitely better than nothing. But having 2 roof vents in the back in the living area where you got fresh air just recirculating constantly, amazing. I've got this thing running right now above me and it's blowing fresh air down on me. It's amazing. I love it. And then it's sucking out in the back. I will never not like this. I don't know what else I can say. I just completely hit a stalemate. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have another video soon. We're almost done with the van, man. We're almost done. We got the cabinet that goes right here, almost done. And then we got to build a table on the back behind the bed. That'll be really simple. It'll be simple to put a little thing down here to hold the toilet in, and then install the swivel seat and a new front bumper, and I think that's about it. We might have a couple little things. Oh, I think we might cover the door panels down here with Luan and insulate them. That would definitely be nice, but I don't know if I might say screw it and just figure out a way to do it on the road or find something else to do it with or something. I don't really care about that stuff, you know, to be honest with you. Ah, man, if I didn't have Evie, which don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I regret being with Evie. She's one of the best things that ever happened to me. I love that woman. But if she wasn't so insistent, and I'm gonna thank her later, I know this, but if she wasn't so insistent on building this thing out right and really thinking about it and spending our time and doing it as a one-time thing where we just do this once and get it over with and never rebuild it again, I probably would have just gotten some plastic containers and built a really crude wood frame or something to put them in and just put plastic containers in here. It would not have felt like home. It would have felt terrible, but that's probably what I would have done and just been on the road, because I'm getting really impatient with being stuck and doing the same thing every day for the last, I don't even know how long. I think it's been 6 or 7 months, maybe longer. I don't know. It's driving me nuts though. Thanks for watching, guys. Love yourself!